Hey guys, welcome back or to my YouTube channel. So I know it's been a while since I posted and I haven't made a lock video in a while, but my lock videos are usually the ones that do better, so might as well just make one. So I'm about to do my hair while I speak, and you guys can watch how I moisturize my hair and kind of do my daily routine with my hair while you listen to me yappa yappa. Let's get started. So as you saw by the title, I'm going to be discussing why is everybody taking out their locks. So I follow a lot of lock pages on Instagram, as you do when you usually join the lock community. You want inspiration, you want to see how other people are going in their journey. And so recently I just started to notice, or over the last few months, that a lot of people are taking out their locks. Either they're cutting it off or they're picking it out. Either way, locks are coming out. And it's kind of weird because in the beginning of 2020, I would say a lot of people started locking their hair. Obviously, we're in quarantine. People are just like, let me do something different. I can go through the starter lock phase in my house. Nobody's going to really be seeing me. I can wrap my hair up. And then by the time that this pandemic is over, my hair will be down to my butt. But people are starting to take out their hair. And I was just thinking, why? So I went on Instagram, I went on TikTok, just looking up different things. I was looking up why people were locking their hair and why people decide to take it out after maybe a few months, maybe even a year. So trust me, I've been locked for 12 years. I don't think I'll ever take out my locks, but let's see why people are taking out their locks. So I have my notes right here and I'm just gonna be looking at it while I do my hair. So the first reason why I saw that people were taking out their locks is because it was always just a protective style. Whew, my hair. Anyway, but it was always just a protective style for them. So some people lock their hair knowing that they were going to take it out because it's a known fact that locks are a protective style. So when you put your hair in locks, your hair, you're not touching it as much. It gives it time to grow. Maybe you struggle doing your hair too much, and when I say that, I mean you're touching your hair too much, doing too much by doing styles every day, tight styles. So you're thinking, why not do this one style, keep it in for a few months and be able to take out the dead ends, because obviously you have to pick it out in order to keep your hair that's still healthy. You take out the dead ends, the dead hair, and then your hair has flourished because you're not touching it, you're not messing with it every day, you're not putting too much products, because locks are low maintenance. In some ways it can be high maintenance, like you have to moisturize, make sure you're moisturizing, maybe retwisting might be a hassle, especially if you're paying the money or you're taking the time out of your day to retwist for 4 hours for some people. But for the most part, you don't have to do too much. You don't have to part your hair too much. I mean, there's freeform locks, you can get different types of parts if you want to, but for me, my hair is mostly freeform. I don't have any specific parts. I kind of just let it grow out and let it do its thing. So I don't really care about parts like that. So I would say my locks are low maintenance. The only time I really care about doing my locks is when I have an event, if I want to feel pretty, if it's like the first day of school or something like that. But for the most part, it's low maintenance. So that's why some people consider this a protective style and not really like a lifestyle. I don't want to say that locks are like that's my life, my locks are my life. Some people consider it that, but I don't. But some people just see it as a protective style. It was never meant to be long. It was only temporary, because when they take it out, they notice the progress. And I kind of get that. For the most part, it is like a commitment to have your locks. So if you know, like in your heart, that this is not going to be forever, you don't really care about, like, I guess, the things that other people do, and like, let me brush my hair out every day, because you know at the end of the day you're going to be picking out your locks, so all that length that you had built up is going to go eventually in 4 or 5 months or however long you decide to have it. So that's reason number one. It's a protective style. It was never meant to be forever. Okay, reason number two that I saw mostly on TikTok is that people wanted something new. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like... You know, you grow up having your natural hair, or maybe your hair is relaxed, or you're going out every month to get braids and different styles, and it's just like too much. These hairstylists, I'm saying this as a hairstylist myself. I mean, I only do retwists, but hey, but some people are charging so much, and you're just like, well, I'm paying all these dollars, thousands of dollars sometimes, for wigs, weaves, whatever it is, even just like the products that you're getting for your hair and everything like that. And you're thinking, well, why not try something new that can save me money, save me time, and still have me looking good? So that's why some people just want something new. They go for locks, because locks are, it can be a big change. So sometimes your hair can be super long, it can be down to your breast or down to your back, and you get locks. The first few days you're just like, okay, my locks are down to my back, okay. And then over the next few weeks it starts to shrink, and you're just like, oh my gosh. So it is something new. It's a big change. So if you wait and obviously let your hair lock up, it starts to drop eventually. Locks look way different than an afro or twist that you might get every once in a while. So I mean, it's a great change for some people. You look completely different sometimes. Like, some people really come into their self when they have locks, because it's just like a brand new start. It's something that is kind of like you have to commit to. So therefore you start to go on this journey that it can teach you patience. It can teach you how locks are versatile and stuff like that. But they just wanted something new. And once they had that experience, they're just like, well, I had it, I tried it, I always wanted to do it. Because a lot of people want locks. They always wanted locks. They do it and they're just like, okay, well, it wasn't for me, or I just want to experience it for a few months, and there you go, they take it out, which I have no problem with. It is kind of like a hassle to go through all that and then pick it out, and especially if you went to go get your locks in by somebody else, you pay for that just to like take it out. It's kind of a little weird to me, like, to pay that money. But I mean, if that's your journey, you just want to try, just to say that you had it in your hair, you tried it out and you maybe didn't like it, or you liked it but it was just not for you at the moment, then go ahead, try it out and see if you like it, see if you want to keep it. And if you take it out, you take it out. But that's what I saw a lot on TikTok. People always wanted locks. People in the comments are saying, I wanted locks, I wanted locks, I wanted locks for 4 years now. They try it out and they're just like, yeah, I don't like it, it's not for me. Especially those starter lock stages, a lot of people, that's really where a lot of people fail. Like, not fail, but they really stop the process, just because starting off anything can really be hard. But I'll get into that later, the starter lock phase. So the next one that I said on my notes is join the hype and wasn't into it. And I know a lot of people in the lock community, they don't like when people are like,
oh, people only join because they want to join the hype, because it was a trend.
But you can hate me if you want, but having locks is a trend. I mean, I like the trend. I mean, I've seen some people who didn't have locks and put it in, and I'm just like, thank you for seeing all these different people who are online getting locks and joining the hype, because you look gorgeous. Not that they didn't look gorgeous before, but I mean, locks are just, I mean, I have locks. Everybody with locks is gonna look good to me. But like I said, some people just wanted to join the trend. You know, some people want to join because it's either social media, because they're seeing like inspo for it, and they're just like, I want my hair to look exactly like that. But they don't know that everybody's hair looks different. So you may think that your locks are gonna look one way, and you may get the same parting, you may get the same number of locks, but your hair is different. Nobody's gonna have the exact same hair as mine. You're not gonna have the same length, you're not gonna have the same shapes, you're not gonna have the same sizes. So I mean, some locks of mine are skinnier, some of them are more thick. So you really can't predict what your hair is going to do. So I mean, it really just takes, like, you have to be your own inspo. And if you can't do that, then you really just join the hype and was just like, well, I didn't get what I wanted out of it, I'm taking my hair out. And that's what I saw. They saw it as a trend, and when the trend kind of died down a little bit, they were like, okay, time to move on to the next trend. So whether that's pink braids, blue braids, whatever they're putting in their hair next, that's what they wanted to do. Maybe they're a hair care person, whatever, and that's their content, and they just wanted to get that title where it said, oh, I got locks in my hair, click now, so people can see, like,
what? That's a big commitment. I want to see that.
So it was for a trend. And then after a while, some people realized that, yeah, the trend was nice. You see how people are doing their stuff and everything like that. You see how people are living their lock life, and it's not for you because you only saw the end process, or when the locks are already mature, and not how it actually starts out and what the person actually had to go through. So when you actually get there, you're just like, well, I wanted this end result without actually doing the work, and therefore you kind of get off the train. But I mean, ask me personally, from what I saw, some people, they saw influencers and other people that they liked and everything like that with locks, they joined and they just realized it wasn't for them. So a lot of this is they wanted something, they realized it wasn't for them, they had the experience, and they move on, which is fine, like I said. But I think it's worse when you kind of put in money and effort and time just to realize that this was not really something that you wanted it because social media wanted it. So okay, the next thing that I'm going to be discussing is, so basically they're doing too much. That's what I'm saying. They're doing too much and they cause damage to their hair, and now they have to take out and either restart or go back to what they were doing.
Coming at my mom's locks. So much color damage, but we saved a lot.
So I saw this a lot, especially on Instagram. Some people are admitted to it, and some people are just like,
well, I wanted something new, I mean, like this and that, and
we really know it's because your hair was being damaged, because some people in the comments will try to be like, hey girl, like you shouldn't be doing that. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's really not fine. When people comment certain things on your comments, or whether it's on Instagram or TikTok, you might want to like look into it at least, because I've seen a lot of people where they do all these different styles. It looks so good. Their hair looks great. Their parts are amazing. They're clean. You see all these gels and waxes and all these different things that make the hair look neat, but is it healthy for your hair? That's the main thing. You can put anything in your hair, but is it going to help your hair, or is it going to cause you to take out your locks in about 5 months because you have all this damage to your hair? And it's the style that's supposed to be protecting your hair, but you kind of reversed it in order to damage your hair. Because I can even say this from experience, so I'm not even getting on anybody, because it's all a process. Like I've mentioned in other videos, this lock, I had to start over. I used to retwist my hair every single day. Retwisting. I was on the couch watching TV shows, just twisting. I needed it to look so amazing. And one day I was sitting on the couch watching TV, doing my thing, retwisting as usual, and my hair literally snapped off while I was retwisting it. Snapped off, literally to the root. It could not be saved. Literally, there was no hair at the root. Maybe a little bit, but not enough to attach my lock. So at the end of the day, I had to let it grow out. I was so insecure about it, and I was just like, let me take like 5 months to not retwist my hair, which I did not do. I can't go 5 months. I know some people can, but I can't. As the longest I can do is like 2 months. But anyway, it snapped off at the root, and eventually I had to braid it up when it finally got to the length I could braid it, and braid it up, and now look at it now. It's thicker and healthier than ever. So sometimes it's just like you have to learn from experience that doing too much is
doing too much.
You're gonna break your hair off, like I did. And that's why I preach to people, you just gotta let your hair sit. When I have clients and they're sitting in my chair, I tell them, I don't want to see you for at least 2 weeks. Don't come back to me in a week saying, I need my hair retwisted, it came out, I put water in my hair, and I need to look good for this day. No, I'm not doing it, because then when you come to me later, you're just like, I want my money back because you retwisted my hair too much and my hair's falling off. No, I'm not doing that. It's all about the strands of your hair. If you don't have strands in your hair for your lock, no matter how skinny the lock is, if you don't have strands, then the lock is dead. It's gonna break off. So this may look skinnier than others. This lock may look skinnier than others, but it has maybe about 100, 200, whatever, how many strands in it. So as long as I don't break those strands, the lock is going to stay in my hair. But if you're putting tight styles in your hair, especially on your dry hair, then the strands are going to break, and that lock is now breaking off, and it's going to fall off your head. You guys are focusing on how your hair looks instead of how it actually is, because healthy hair will show. You can tell you can look at your lock and show the different like seasons of your hair. So sometimes you may have your lock thin right here and super thick right here. That means that this one time where it was thin, you were retwisting your hair so much. Right here where it's thick, this is just an example. Right here where it's thick, that means you kind of let your hair like rest for a little bit. You're letting it grow and thicken up. So it's just like you can kind of tell what you're doing with your hair by looking at it. I have certain locks where this thinner at one part and thicker at the other part, just because like you could see how like I've grown with my hair. So the next thing I saw is a lot of people want more locks. So there's people out there who have 40 locks, 30 locks, so their locks are usually thicker. But some people realize, I want more locks, maybe to have them hang, because if you have thicker locks, when you stick it up, it's gonna stay up. Other locks, they'll like kind of bend, as you can see. They're not sticking straight up because they're kind of like, they're skinnier, so they kind of flop down a little bit more. Some people, they just like, they start off wanting 40, or maybe they told the person a certain amount and they didn't know how to do it, and they end up wanting more. So some people take out their hair totally and pick it out, and they start over their locks with the 70, 80, 90, however much they want. Or sometimes people cut their locks or separate it and everything like that. But either way, some people take out their locks just because they want a different look with their locks. So they have the intention of putting their locks back in, but they want more, and sometimes they want less. So it really just depends. You can either combine it or you can take it out and start over. Either way, it's your choice. So the last reason why people take out their locks is because, like I said, the starter lock phase. They can't handle it. It can be a real like struggle.
I can't wait till I get signed. Get a crib from my brothers and mom. Get a crib from my...
I don't even remember mine, so I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but from what I see from others, people really struggle. They struggle finding styles. They can't handle the frizz. They don't really know what they're doing. They mess up their lock. It unravels. Some spots are budding. Some parts are not even locking up at all. It just stays a twist or stays a coil. So it really can be a hard process, and I see it. I don't remember mine because I was so young, but it's hard. It really is hard, and I understand why some people, they just can't handle it. Either they're in a certain profession where they're just like, they can't wrap up their hair, but then they also can't have their hair like all puffed up and everything like that. But it's not okay when people start calling the phase ugly, because with every single thing that grows, it's just a starter phase. It's not going to stay like that forever. You know how locks are going to look in the end. So don't call it ugly. It's just, you're starting off. It's a growing phase. And so some people really just like can't handle that phase. I've seen TikToks where people are showing off, I got locks, and they're showing like, I just got it today, or I'm a month in, the frizz is coming, it's budding, and people are like hating, and they're just like,
take it out, it's ugly.
you're hating on something that just started. Like, that's like having a baby and saying, oh, you can't work, you can't cook your own food, you can't do that, you can't wipe your own butt, throw it away. It's just like, everybody needs time to grow and learn and change. You can't hate on something that just started. When you start your lock process and your hair grows out of your head locked, then you can say something. So some people, they just can't handle the lock phase, the starter lock phase, so they just end it right there. Hey, I don't like this, I can't deal with this for months, so I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm going to just take it out, even though I've had it in for a month. Some people go straight to instant locks, which is fine. Some people go for lock extensions, which is fine as well. But just some people are really insecure. They're insecure before having the locks, and having like shorter hair that may be puffed up or is not dropping as soon as they want it. They're just kind of like, no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, I don't like that. Give it some time, and then after, like, I would say 6 months, if you don't like it, which 6 months is a long time. But if after 6 months you don't like it, you don't like how your hair looks, then go ahead, take it out. I'm not gonna force anybody. But for the most part, I say that everybody should give locks a chance. I think locks are very versatile. I think you should just try it. I mean, it's really nice. You can do different things, different styles. I mean, you can have different colors and everything like that. Some people are really like creative when it comes to their locks. I see people do like the hard style and stuff like that. I'm not like that. I usually do a middle part, pigtails or ponytail, and call it a day. But for the most part, I think everybody should try it. It's really good. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I'm literally just moisturizing my hair before I go to the gym, so I wasn't doing anything crazy. You're not gonna see a style today. Just kind of like showing you guys how I really just like kind of moisturize my babies and take care of them. But anyway, if you want locks, go ahead and do it. If the sooner you start, the sooner that it'll start to bud and mature. So go ahead and do it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and if you're an NSU student and you're watching this, go ahead and book your appointment with me now. Bye.